Hello. I'm hoping this works. Well, there we are. Facebook false started me 2 times, and we're finally actually here live with you today in the, what is it, 37th day? 38th day of being? 37th. And day 5 of being a person who wears bangs, which is pretty fun. So, this is going to be one of my shorter and sweeter videos. We've been talking a lot about your desires. You accepting and allowing yourself to have your desires, to recognize that you can have the desires that you want to, the things that are coming from your soul, the concept of what does it mean to have a true desire versus something you might just, it might be something you're interested in, or an idea, true desires versus ideas. It was a video a few days back. And this is kind of like another redheaded permission slip, but you get to want what you want. The wanting and the nature of desire, right? You get to want what you want. And that seems like an obvious statement. A lot of the things I talk about are like an obvious conscious thing. You're like, yeah, of course I get to want what I want. But part of the thing that happens when we have desires or things that speak to us, and sometimes they don't make sense, or what we want doesn't make sense, we start to question it. We start to caveat it. What do I mean by that? We start to over explain why we want things. And instead of just letting people know that this is the thing that we want, we start to justify it, like I said, or caveat why it's okay for us to want it. I remember a coach years and years ago, actually, the woman that owned the coaching school that I went to, used to say, because I want to is a whole sentence. Because I want to. Not because I want to, or I want to because I think it'd be really good for my career and I like the people and I want to do that, or I really want to move here because, I think it might be a better life for me, or or trying to pander to other people to explain why it is good for you so that they're more comfortable. And obviously, in big life changes, there are people you want to have conversations with, like your partner or a family member or your children. But in it is that you get to, at any point, want what you want. You get to want to change your pair, like I did, or you get to want to change your career, or you get to want to move out of the country, or you get to want to do whatever you want to do. You want to, from anything from, I'm going to change the way that I dress and the way that I style myself because I want to, because I feel like it's not me anymore. I mean, that can be your own personal justification. You don't have to tell people that, but um, it's just the acknowledgement, the the redheaded permission slip that you can want what you want and you can stand on it. It's like what's going to is you can stand on business, right? You can stand on the fact that this is a desire of you, for yours. For me, I want to live in Europe for part of my life. That's it. That's what I want with my life. We have one precious, beautiful life. I get to want what I want. I don't have to justify. I don't have to caveat every single thing to every person that asks me. Sure, we could add flourishing information. I want to live in Europe because I absolutely love Europe. Europe is like where I feel the most at home. It's beautiful. It's stunning. It's true. I love languages. I love Europe. But I'm not doing that give to wait for your permission for me to want it. I don't need anybody's permission to want what I want. And often we seek other people's permission. We seek validation. We seek an acknowledgement. We tell people what we want with the hopes that they respond back in the affirmative, and then we realize that it is the right thing to do. but we already know the answers. Sometimes we crowdsource because we want to get somebody to just acknowledge what we already inherently know. It's like, and and I did this. I did this with zero crowdsourcing. Zero. I said, this is what I think I want to do. It's not saying that crowdsourcing is bad. It's not saying that, like, when I thought about getting bangs, I was like, oh, this is what I'm thinking I'm doing my hair. And everybody's like, oh, that looks really cool. You're going to look good in bangs. Great. But I'd already decided that I was doing it. Right? Even if someone said to me, I think you're going to look terrible in them, I would have been like, I think I'm going to look good. So I'm going to do it anyways. I want to try. Right? Acknowledge and recognize where we crowdsource for validation and where we crowdsource just to be like, oh, this is fun. It's fun to get positive encouragement along my journey. And so this is really what I just came here to say. Because I want to is a full sentence. You don't have to justify the things you desire in life. You don't have to justify every move. You don't have to justify why you think it's right for you at this time. You get to do it. It is your life. And even in the case of partnership, yes, we can let our partners know, but we don't have to get people's permission to do what we want all the time. We get to live our lives the way that we inherently want to, the things that we know is right for us. And this gets to be your Friday permission slip. So what is it that you know that you really want in your life, from small to big, that you have been not fully owning, that you've been kind of waiting to get other people to buy in on it? And this will lead into our conversation tomorrow about other people's opinions or the OPP problem. But what do you want? What do you want? If you're listening, I encourage you to put it below or DM me if you want to keep it private. But just say what you want because I want to. I don't want to hear a justification. I don't want to hear the reasons you think it's a good idea. I just want you to claim it. I want you to just claim what you desire. Much love. Until tomorrow.